So let's record this session. In my mind, I'm trying to plan it to about 30 minutes to 35 minutes. There can be a Q&A and things like that. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to show you where you can get all the resources of what we are doing. Please follow us on our website on all the information what we have there. And also please get in touch on YouTube with us. On YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel, which is called the IMC Campus. So I'm going to show you where you can get this channel. And from there, we will be going ahead with this. So Zaid, can you just share us the link of this channel as well? And is Hiba here?
Yep. Okay.
Hi, hi. Hiba, I'll
Hi,
just
hi.
get you on screen. Can we switch on your cameras?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second.
Okay, sure, sure. So, I request all our students, our parents who are here, right? In this half an hour, මේ පැය භාගයක් ඇතුළත we will be talking a lot of things. අපි ගොඩාක් වැදගත් දේවල් කතා කරන්න යනවා. So have a notebook with you, have a pen with you. Try to take down whatever important notes you can take. Also, be ready to type any of the questions what you have. If you have any questions you like to ask, we are definitely there, right? I like to say that we have passed in with many doctors here. Many doctors who have gone through this entire presentation. There are so many doctors who have gone through this. We've created so many doctors. All of the doctors who you know has already gone through this entire presentation, this entire story. So this story is something which you need to always know that this is the story of your life where you become a medical doctor. This story is a very important story to understand. How do you become a medical doctor? So time is always catching up. We have O levels always coming around the corner, A levels always coming around the corner. But at the end of the day, it's about who wants to study medicine, who wants to become a doctor. That is the most important thing, right? So I'll show you where you need to follow us in a couple of minutes, and we can see how we do this. Saiba, once you're done, you can switch on your camera and we can have probably a chat on this, right? You can see the screen. I request everyone to just do one help. Please subscribe the area which Zaid has given, right? This area. I'm going to type as a help. Please subscribe to this channel. Why I say is that I have collected so much of content in the last 10 years or 9 years. We've collected a lot of content to actually help students to make their decision in becoming a doctor. So I'm really proud that all these doctors who we see, they have basically looked into this kind of content. So if I like just share you the screen and just show you, we've created a lot of videos here, right? I want you to just get a look at this channel, go through all of this. So ඇත්තටම අද දවසේ මීට වඩා හොඳ දෙයක් වෙනවා. We have a student with us from the university who is Hiba, who is already in your screen here. All these content what we have done, you can see there. Especially check this video if you like the Diwali vibes and you want to know like what kind of atmosphere is there in your university. You can watch this video. Like this, there are hundreds and hundreds of videos which are here, right? There is no organization, there is no campus who has such beautiful, lovely content here, right? I honestly will tell you that there are so many people who claim to be sending students abroad, things like that, that I am very confirmingly claiming to say that most of these people, or all of these people who claim to have, medical placements done, they have not even been to Belarus. Not only Belarus, many other countries, these people have not even been. So we've been to all of these places and we've created short videos, long videos in Sinhala, in English, in Tamil. This is a video I did in Tamil with Steri Padmaraj. She did it in the Tamil language. So you can watch all of these, enjoy, build your story. This helps you to collect your research information. Why do you want research? It's always what you do. මතකද ගිය පාර අර when ඡන්දේ දවස්වල when election was there they said no, just don't vote, look at what the party is going to do, look at who is going to do, look at why they are going to do. Always look at certain things and make a decision. It's like when you buy a computer, when you buy a phone, how much you will go on YouTube and check the content. So when I buy a phone, what I always do is go on influencers who are basically tech influencers, not these normal influencers, tech influencers who will exactly not speak about a phone, who has actually array of phones where they will actually compare news. So I want this model versus the previous same model, or this model with all the other parallel competitor models. So you need to get information. The world is so big. The world is so big. There is few important reasons why majority of students go to Belarus to study medicine. Not now, not yesterday, not day before yesterday, but for the last 10 years, they have been ruling in the highest number of Sri Lankans going to Belarus, and we have been very successful in it. හැබැයි අන්තිම අවුරුදු 3 නැත්තම් 4 මේ ක්‍රියාදාමය පොඩක් වැඩි වුණා. This increased a bit for the fact that during COVID, there were a lot of students who were going to other countries, especially China. After COVID, because China was going through some issues, and still China, not overall, in some states, they have some, different regulations. As you know, China is very big. When it comes into lockdown or epidemics, they have certain rules which they will actually follow. Sometimes those rules is not going to be very favorable for Sri Lankans. It is only supporting the Chinese people. So international students have kind of reduced a lot. More than 75% has reduced, and all these 75%, majority of them came to Belarus in order to study medicine. So I want you to go through all of this content, which basically is here, and I'll show you some other things in terms of this. I have Hiba who is here, and I'm going to just get Hiba on screen and share this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, Zaid, can you just take off your screen? And right, that's better. Right. Hi, Hiba. Hiba,
Hi.
let's go on with you. Can you introduce me yourself? There are a lot of people here who is going to watch this, about 20, and we are recording it also. So just tell us about yourself in terms of who you were in Sri Lanka.
Right. Hi, I am Hiba Wazeer from Ilma International School. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Yeah.
Okay, that was very short. uh, so, okay, tell us, like, when you were in Sri Lanka, what was your like mindset before you looked into a medical school, and like, what
Right.
are you up to?
Well, since I'm from a Muslim family, the first thing that I wanted to confirm was safety. So when I first visited IMC, Mrs. Zaid was my counselor and Mr. Intika was there as well. They told me that Vitebsk State Medical University had like a huge population of Muslim students, and they even told me that you can go out like out whenever you want, not when you're in hostel though, like if you're in an apartment you can go out, it's safe, like nobody will harass you or anything. So that is the first thing that came to my head first, because like safety was the first thing that is important. And afterwards, I would say the cost of living. The cost of living, according to different countries, Vitebsk State, Belarus was the cheapest so far, and so I decided that Belarus was also like the best choice to come. And it is very true. In fact, once you come here, you guys like if you guys are planning to come here, you will understand that once you're here, actually everything is cheap. It's actually very cheap compared to Sri Lanka, and it's also the best education. And according to me, in my opinion, I want the lecturers to teach you clearly and with proper English. And over here, yes, they teach you with proper English, and like it's not something that like when they teach you, it's like you understand it on point. That was also one of the things that I had in mind.
Cool. Now, we have 19 or 20, and there will be actually hundreds who will watch this. Hiba,
Yeah.
for everyone and everyone who is here, who is watching me, who is listening me, there is a very interesting demographical change which has happened. Now, I'm working with Vitebs for more than 10 years. What I have seen is a very interesting demographical changes that actually there are more female students who are pursuing their careers. There are more female doctors who are going from the world, from Sri Lanka, more people qualifying, etc., etc., right? So let us stress on more of the safety points, safety areas in Belarus. How do you define the fact that Belarus is a very safe country, especially for a female to come there, stay all alone with friends, etc.? Just let's go more on this.
Well, there was a point, I can give an example. There was a point where my friends and I, we went to the park. There's a park close to the hostel at like around 8 to 9, somewhere there. And when we went there, there were these two police officers that came to us, and we got scared at the beginning, like, why are they here like that? And they asked us to identify ourselves, like who we are, to make sure like we are not trespassers or something like that. We like not doing any illegal stuff. So we took our passport out. We had our passport because we were informed that we were supposed to go out with our passport, like sometimes because like especially in the night because they check us, they check on us, and they took our passport, they checked our faces, and then they were like, okay, you can go like that. So that's one of the things that I faced like in real life, that safety is like one of the best things over here. And most of the people over here, they just mind their own business. They don't they don't annoy you or anything. They it's just normal. It's nothing much. I don't know
Right.
what to say.
So what Hiba actually means, it's in Sri Lankan context, is sometimes uh sir, dad and mom speaking. Yeah, I understand. I'm just trying to balance everything. So I just might switch to English and single. I can do Tamil, but for the majority of views, we are going in English. You can explain this to your parents as well who are there, but this is very important that we understand this in English as well, because the university is in English and the students, you guys can convey this story to parents. When it comes into one-to-one sessions, I will have it in all three languages. What language I can speak all three? What languages do you want? We can do it, right? So what Hiba says is actually something I observed in this country for a very, very long time, because guys, my brother studied in Russia about 20 years ago. Some of y'all who are here are not born when my brother went and studied to become a doctor through the same organization. Some of y'all probably are not born because it happened in 20 years ago. Right. So what we see in countries in Eastern Europe, Russian side, Oepatte, is like they can people mind their own business. Literally that. In Sri Lanka, sometimes you try to do something. There will be three people who come and ask, "Who are you? What you're doing here?" Be inquisitive in what you're doing, things like that. Here, it's like you're on your own. Everyone will ignore. You're so comfortable, like no one is going to judge you, something like that. So people are very much, free in their mind of what they want to do. So apart from that, I challenge most of the people to say that in Sri Lanka, after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you can't go in the road, not in a main town area, but in normal areas, it's better not to go in a road, better not to use public transport all alone. But in Belarus, if you go, I would say that there are enough of women who are very comfortably out there. If you look at the population, comparatively, the population in Belarus and Eastern European countries, females are higher. So relatively, they have a greater support. They have very less crimes or zero crimes. I hardly have seen any serious thing which I can basically inform. So one thing, Ogulang Oyawagi Ratakata Yaddi, safety. My son is studying there, very safe. My daughter is studying there, very safe. But I always tell parents that it is your son and daughter's other responsibility also to look after themselves. Like, y'all are not babies, y'all are not kids. So y'all are always, y'all are now as young adults grooming to become doctors. Where transformation, okay, you need to also take care of yourself, right? Not that your mom has to daily check on you. You need to know what is good. You need to know what is bad, and your safety and things like that. So I would I would say, especially as more females are qualifying, I would say there is no more better, safer country to go than comparing to Belarus. So, Hiba, tell us about. the fact that your studies, just let's go more into this. How's your classroom size? How's your group? Tell me, like, what does a day look like into a week in studying in this university with the workload and things?
Okay. So the class size, it's very spacious compared to the schools we have in Sri Lanka. And not only that, the even the furnitures, they are pretty comfortable. And usually for some subjects, they use presentations, like there's a TV and all that. But for some subject, they just use the blackboard. Other than that, it's like this. Some days we have classes till 6:55, and if that day like we are super tired, the next day is like we have it till 1:30. So it's very manageable. Like if one day we are stressed, the other day we are left. Like we can leave university early. So in that case, it's more like it's in our hands to manage our times properly. We can't complain or anything because we are here alone, so that we need to know that we need to manage our times accordingly, like when we should cook and when we should study and when we should do the homework. And if you lack even one thing, then you're gonna mess up your other stuff. So yeah, pretty much that's it.
Cool. Uh, what are the extra what are the extracurricular activities you all are involved with? Tell us about like the entire sports things which are being done there, because dear students who are watching this now live and in the future, uh, it's basically a setup like any other university. Like studying in Vitebsk, Belarus is like not extraordinary, like awesome or not. It's like not like boring. It's just like it's a standard university. So what we want you to do is what you have done in school. Iskole kale mukadda kare. How do you go to school? How do you stay after school? Do you like to volunteer and work? Do you like to participate in this, that, things like that? Now, I was a person, sometimes school is over at a particular time. I wait a little more and I stay there for some time. I try to see what activities I can do involved with sports, things like that. It is all optional, it's not compulsory, but my view is that you need to do a sport for many things, not only to be healthy. It basically shifts you out of this whole routine of checking no books, studying too much, all this. So, Hiba, how is it for you when you do that?
There are many sports here like badminton, there is football, volleyball, and I preferably like badminton and football. And I recently joined the futsal team as well. We didn't have practices yet, though, but yeah, what you said was correct. We can't always study 24/7, and we do need like a break. And for that sport, or you can also go out with your friends. There are many places here that you can visit as well. But if you are going into sports, there are clubs as well. There are, like, for example, if we have festivals like Diwali festival or Avrudo, anything like that. So far, we had Diwali. There are communities. You can join. You can volunteer and join that community and go and help them decorate stuff like that. Even that helps you to, reduce your stress levels and like start doing new stuff. So far, those are the stuff that I've done. Yeah.
Cool. So, your classroom size is
Yeah,
how many
it's
students?
my group. I have 13 students,
13.
and we even though we all can fit in the same class, we have more seats as well, and the
Ah,
lecture halls are pretty huge. They're
okay.
like
Okay.
huge.
So that's one of the highlights, guys, in this university. මේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ තියෙන එක highlight එකක් තමයි මේ classroom size එක මාර පොඩි. Right? ඒක එයාගේ policy එකක්. So sometimes people ask me, no, 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 no. How does this whole system work? It can't be. Right? Some people ask, how many students go to Belarus? Roughly an intake means 220, 230, 240, something like that. It changes here and there. Right? How can the university survive with 10, 11, 12, 13 in a group for 250 students? It's like this. All the groups don't parallelly have simultaneous lectures. It's done in different times. So one group will have sometimes their morning class starting at 8 o'clock. The same batch, the other group can have 8:39, 9:30 up to 11, 11:30. It can sometimes go. So they actually manage the classes as such that they have one of the most fantastic models where you cannot get it in China or Russia or maybe Armenia or maybe Bangladesh. You cannot get the fact that you will be studying in 13, 12 in a classroom. This is called the group study method, right? You and I actually used to going for large tuition centers which look fun. Yes, I agree. There are fun times where you will be put in a large hall and things like that. Yes, no problem. But when it comes into your learning, it is much more better to learn as a group. So this group can have your all your friends together, and you can exchange notes, that these, they sometimes you all will be all the friends who are sharing the same hostels. So it's very important that you blend with all of this. So if it's like our standard tuition class, I don't know about you all guys, but I went to a tuition class which had approximately 3,000 in a class. The largest student population in a classroom for medicine in a medical faculty is in two countries. Minimum what I know. Pakistan and Bangladesh. 300 in a classroom. 300 in a classroom. That's like your A level class, entire A level 13A, 13B, 13C, entire thing plus more people all in one whole hall. That is not actually going to work, but that can be very cost effective for the university. Why? One lecturer, one professor teaching 300 students. But in Belarus, it's a government university. Okay, it's a government university, subsidized fees you will pay. You will pay just an average amount, right? They will give you about 12, 11, 13 students in a classroom, and one will have a professor like that who will do. Right. Tell us about some of the technologies which are there in the university. I'll just start off, Hiba, with the simulation center. Hiba, simulation center was not there, I think, 3 years ago. I think it was not there 3 years ago. So any students who qualified from Belarus, they know the simulation center was built, but they basically didn't have it. They didn't go for it, but they knew it's going to be built. Like this, what are the new technological stuff which is there?
So far, I haven't been to the simulation center
Yeah,
yet.
they will take you up.
But
That's the place
yeah.
where there is a car and all in the ground floor. They will teach you like, okay, a real car is there. Like if someone makes an accident in the road, how do you do
Mhm.
first aid? With a nice scenario is explained in that particular unit. So
Oh,
it will take you.
oh,
Tell us
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah. So we go to we have done that actually.
Okay.
We go to, yeah, we did that in the first aid session. Yeah, so there's like an actual car there, and then you have to, they teach you how to treat the patient when there's a car accident. And it's very interesting because each one of you gets the turn to, practice it. And not only that, even the bandaging systems and all that. And they also have what do you call that? Um, what do you call that? Uh, microscopes. Yeah, you
Okay.
have each one of you have like microscopes to look into. Now, since I'm still in the first year, we don't do that many lessons, but we did microbiology so far, and we have to draw stuff. And yeah, those are the technologies so far that we have seen.
Okay. So when you were doing A levels, what was your plan actually? I mean, now you are studying medicine, you will become a doctor in the next 5 years. But initially, what was your like goal, future goal?
Just to be a doctor.
Still to be a doctor, but you didn't know what,
Yeah.
where, what.
Yeah, where I didn't know anything of that sort. And I didn't know which country to choose because your parents cannot accept countries that you can choose. They will they will see the financial status and that's how they will choose a good country for you. And I actually didn't know that until I came to IMC. And once I came to IMC, you guys showed me the possibilities like Malaysia and Belarus, how many universities you have in Belarus, like VSMU, Gamel, and Grodno. And then I had to choose VSMU because so far VSMU was like one of the best universities in Belarus. So that's how I chose VSMU.
Cool. So what are you doing now? Like, where are you now in the uni or
Right
hostel?
now, yeah,
Mm,
I'm in the hostel right now. I just came home from
I heard.
classes
Yeah.
because yeah, because last week we had a holiday on Friday, so to catch that up, they had extra classes today.
Yeah, yeah. So guys,
Yeah.
every single class is very important that your attendance is supposed to be 100%. Let's say your attendance is 90% and you miss 10%. That's fine. That 10% has to be covered somewhere else. So it will be covered when there are other days which are being connected and things like that. So that's hard work in any course what you do, you want to study and things like that. Hiba, how much do you spend per month? Sorry, yeah, per month for only food. That's for your breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Only food.
What you cook, what you buy, the meat you buy, the rice, the dals, the potatoes, whatever in that 1 month of cooking only, not calculating anything else. How much do you pay?
Well, not calculating transport, I'd say I'd spend around 30,000 per month. Rupees.
30,000 per month.
Rupees.
Okay, rupees. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys
Yeah.
remember 30,000. මං ඇත්තටම අහන්නේ 30,000. நீங்க வந்து கொலம்பு வந்துட்டு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு லைஃப் உண்டு கொலம்புல லிவ் பண்ண ஏழுமைன்னு நீங்க யோசிச்சு பாருங்க 30,000 just 30,000 හිතාගන්න රුපියල් 30,000කට කොළඹ ඇවිල්ලා මේ රෙන්ට් ඔක්කොම ඔයගලන් වෙනම ගෙවනවා කොළඹ ඇවිල්ලා බ්‍රෙක්ෆාස්ට් ලන්ච් දෙන දවස් තුනම මීල් එකක් අරගෙන මොකද ජීවත් වෙන්න උතන කන්න කාලා බීලා ඉන්න ඕනේ so how much it is like that so it is very cost effective if you are cooking and doing it on your own and some days you can go out. Don't get
Yeah.
used to this habit of always going out and eating. It's the same habit in Sri Lanka. That if you're always going out, it's going to be, a little bit expensive. So have budgets for that. Hiba says 30,000. I have some people who say 40, 50, 60. I have also students who have gone up to 1 lakh only for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It is the lifestyle. Okay, lifestyle. What do you pay? How do you use it? Things like that. Hiba, what are the other expenses, not amounts? What students should be ready with now? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, meal. So you said transport, do you use the card, Uber? How does it work?
I use the cash, but I use the bus mostly
Yeah, and the
because
bus, you use the card for the bus, the
no, we
season.
didn't get a card. We just take the coins and go and pay to the conductor, and they give you a ticket.
Okay, that's correct. Just check with office. There are about the season ticket
Mm.
card. There is a
Right.
card which is connected to all the buses, all the trams, coaches, and something else. There is a card. You can swipe it for all. Just check
Okay.
and see. Yeah. And
Okay.
Hiba, how do you pay for your data package there? Like,
Oh yeah, so that there are two ways you can pay. One, you have the app in your phone. You can pay through the card. You can use your Sri Lankan card. I'm using my Sri Lankan card for that. Or you can go to one of the kiosks. Kiosk is like an ATM machine, okay thing where you can go and you can pay through that, like with cash. But that's like hard work. You have to go all the way to Evruth, or Evruth is like a place like Keels. You have to go all the way to that to pay for it. It's easier if you like use your card. That I use my card for paying my data package.
okay. Apart from that, any other costs? Of course, you have your hostel rent. Apart from that,
Yeah.
any other costs? How do
Usually.
you do your laundry, washing clothes?
Yes. So for that, if you're in the hostel, I am leaving the hostel, so I only know things that happen in the hostel. So what you can do is you can go downstairs to the laundry room, and over there are like for different clothes they have different payments, and you just have to go and put your coin into the machine, and then your dress will get washed, and then you can come collect it. And usually for that, 3 rubles. 3 rubles is like 300 rupees for each time. And I wash only once a week. So I spend 300 rupees each week for all of my clothes.
Okay, there you go. So, guys, you guys have a rough cost. Transportation is not expensive there, right?
No, I'd suggest using the bus because that's more cost effective. But if you take the taxi, you can use the taxi like for emergencies. Like say you overslept and you have a class in like 1 hour, it's better for you to take the it's
Has that
better for you
happened
to
to
take the
you?
taxi.
Has that happened
Yes,
to
a
you?
lot of
Yeah.
times. Yeah, it's difficult to like, wake up when you don't have your parents waking you up over here. So you have to like sometimes you even oversleep and like sometimes you can miss classes, but that's okay. Like, but just don't try to repeat it. Try to like get better and wake up on time. And yeah, in that case, you can use your taxi. And taxi usually it changes according to the timing. Like early morning, if you go, the price will be a bit higher, and late at night will be higher. Somewhere in the middle, it'll be shit. You
Correct,
can
correct,
take the
correct.
taxi.
If anyone wants to go on Uber, I always tell to sync with your friends so that you can divide the cost. Then it again comes
Yeah.
down. Rather you booking an entire taxi and going there. So what else before we conclude? What are you going to do now? What's your plan for today?
Right now, I have to cook my dinner,
Okay.
and then I am already done. I have already finished all my homework, so it's more like I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to rest today. Today is a
Okay.
resting day.
Life is quite relaxing there. That's really good. And tell us about the halal shawarma joint, which is just between the uni
Yes,
and Alpha. That thing.
yes. Not only that, there's even another halal shop over here, right, very close to the hostel.
Okay.
And there are like three halal places where you can get food. One close to the hostel. Actually,
Okay.
four. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, four. There is a truck over here where they sell rice and all of that, and it's very cheap. Like for one box of rice, you can get it for 1,000 rupees, and I'd say it's very cheap compared to other places over
Okay.
here. And shawarma, there's shawarma shop over here, and there's also another shawarma shop close to the university. That
Okay.
is a Turkish shop. And then there is also an Indian restaurant close to the uni. Like
Yeah,
in
the
case you
Indian,
guys couldn't
yeah,
cook,
yeah, correct.
yeah,
So there is
it-
even veg options are there.
yeah,
There is an Indian restaurant. It's this shawarma and Indian restaurant are very close, maybe 2 3 minutes around the corner.
yeah.
Which hostel
Like in
number are
case
you?
of emergencies, you can easily get food over here.
Okay, there you go. And which hostel number are you in, Hiba?
5K1.
Okay, and tell us about the Alpha office, Dr. Dinesh, and group there, like
Yes.
things like that. So, guys, just to maintain this coordination more better, we purposely have made an office there in Belarus. Now, there are so many websites. There are so many websites which actually say that they are working with Belarus, blah blah blah. There is no one who has an office there except the IMC's office, which is called Alpha. So we call it the IMC office, Sri Lankan office, whatever name you want to call it. Now, when you want to have an office there are a lot of regulations. You need to have staff from their country. You need to have this minimum investment. You need to get an approval from the university, which goes on to the health ministry, and the health minister has to sign and say that yes, Sri Lanka has so many students, and this organization brings so many students. They need this, and it's good that there are locals who are getting jobs. Locals can Belarus Katya. So there is only one office basically there, recorded in Google Maps, recorded by the university. There is no one, anyone else who has this office. So tell us like about Dr. Dinesh and his team there, Hiba.
Right. So actually, I should start off. They're very helpful. I'm very grateful for them. I disturb them a lot. I
Okay.
come here, I'm lost over here. And every single time, you don't even have to search for them. They'll be right there in the first floor. You just see them, you can go ask whatever question you want. Like, for example, how do you pay the hostel fee and all of that? They're very helpful. They're from there's Dr. Dinesh, and then there's Mandiaki, and then there's
Maran.
Bhavananna,
Yeah.
and many students, who will help you. And
Yeah.
there's also Maral.
Maran.
I'm very grateful for her as well. I've had issues, naming issues, and she solved all of them perfectly. And I wasn't even involved. She just did everything for me. Yeah. So like basically, you just need to find them in the first floor, and you can get your things done then and there.
Cool. Cool. So, guys, we are going to keep only Hiba, who has a lot of other things to do for the next 5 minutes. Anyone who wants to have questions, tuck, 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 post karanda. Shafran has a couple of questions. Shafran, I will also answer this with Hiba. Hiba, there is a question regarding to this hostel segregation. So, male, females are in the same building but different sections. Am I right?
Yep. Yeah.
So how it works is like again, parents, dear parents, listen to this very carefully. May build me pirimi, may build me gahanu. It's not like that. They are in the same building, but inside the building, these domes, these floors, these rooms, those are all segregated. That males have to be separate, females have to be separate. They can meet in the corridors, these common rooms, however, are there now. They can meet like Hiba goes to wash her clothes in the washing machine area. Those are common areas, and all these areas, Hiba, you might be seeing they have CCTV cameras, smoke detectors.
Yep.
Discipline is very, very strict here that the in charge person on each hostel is called a hostel dean. Dean is a very high position there that these people can actually sack a student if they are trying to be funny here. If they are getting sacked from one hostel, they will not be put into another hostel, right? Second is there is another question, Hiba. See whether you know anything about it. So for education and excellence, does the university help? So VTEPS has a policy where if students perform really well, or if students are involved with a lot of extracurricular activities, helping the university, blah, 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 there is a scholarship which we've listed it in our website. 15, 10, 5, 15%, 25% scholarship is being given on your tuition fee. To do that, you can't just be a lazy student. You need to be one of the best, one of the most active students. I'll request everyone to go and check my videos and find Dr. Burhan's video. Look at my fingers. Dr. Burhan was in the university the best student who got the best student award. It is called an honorary degree. He was the captain of the cricket team. He was the captain of the soccer team. He was the captain of badminton. He was the captain of basketball team. Apart from all of this, he has represented the university in many other places and things like that. So all these kind of students, they have kind of like a benefit on this. Hiba, there is a question on working in part-time jobs. Usually what we say is like, you don't have time to work in part-time jobs. Am I right? You have a lot of
Mhm.
work already
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much time. There's no time to cook sometimes. You'll have to cook in the middle of the night. So
Yeah.
I don't think it can.
While that is there, I know that there are some crazy fellows who can go to class on time, study hard, do extracurricular activity, and do something part time.
Mhm.
I I
Mhm.
I know those fellows who come and tell me, sir, we are doing this and we are doing that, right? No problem, you can do it as long as it does not affect your studies, that you don't go sleepy head. නිදිමත යන්න
Mhm.
උදේ 8ට university එකට, you're not sleeping in the class, you're okay in the class, then there is no problem in that. There is another question asked, do we need parents to send us money all the time? Well, it depends on your lifestyle and how much you want to spend. All your local cards will work there, so no problem in that. Can I know how the students are separated in dorms? I will explain you. How many students have to share a room, washroom? Also, should we learn Russian? Okay, three questions there. Hiba, should we learn Russian? How do you explain that?
That is a very obvious question. Yes, you have to study Russian because if you're going to live here for 6 years, you need to know how to communicate with the citizens, and not only citizens, even the like, for example, if you're going to a route, if you need to get something, you don't know the place where you have to speak to one of the workers there, and you need to know Russian for that. But right now, since we are weak at Russian, we can use a translator. But there are some shops where you lose your signal when you enter it, and you can't use a translator, and that's where you get caught. So you have to, it's better if you learn Russian, and it is a subject. They will teach you every day, except for like in 5 days a week. They will teach you for 4 days, and it's like, since it's a back-to-back lesson, you will remember all the words eventually, and it's very easy to learn Russian. Trust me, it's very interesting as well. The more you learn, the more fun it gets.
There you go. So, guys, Russian is taught. Please learn Russian. It will be very useful and things like that. Other two question is, in your room, how many like girls are sharing with you, and the washrooms? How is the ratio there?
Well, there are two blocks connected by one kitchen. It's actually one huge room, and that
Correct.
there you have two kitchens. It's like that. And each block, there are four girls, two rooms. So in my block, which I live 903, in that we have two rooms, and one room is shared with my, I mean, I'm sharing it with my roommate, and the other room, there are another two girls, and there's one washroom for two rooms.
Okay. There
Just
you
to tell
go,
you.
guys.
That's
Okay. If you want your own washroom, can do. You need to go for a private apartment. But I always tell that there is a lot of fun entertainment happening in hostels, and you get more disciplined. You kind of know what to do, and at an emergency, all your seniors all are in the same block. It will be good. How many students have? Okay, okay. How many students? Okay, I think that is a tuition fees for a year. I will address that later. Scholarships available. I'll address that later. What's the day in the university like? Are there breaks between classes? How long are the lectures? Yes. Please answer that.
Well, if you're having classes, usually they'll give you a 5 minute break in the middle. And if you have lectures, usually it's for 1 hour. And between, it depends. Like, for example, if you have physics, if you have a physics class, you will have at least 1 hour break in between. Sometimes, if the classes are packed, then yeah, you will have like around 20-minute breaks. And that's a Wednesday for me. A Wednesday is very packed for me. Other than that, you will have breaks in between, 1 hour like that.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Right. So the rest of the questions, I'm going to take it separately because I want to release Hiba. Hiba, thank you so much for.
Miss Indika,
Yeah, yes.
I have a special question for Hiba.
Please ask.
And my question is how far our preparation classes supported you,
Right.
especially Dr. Jinani's assistants and Dr.
Yes.
Burhan?
Yes, so Dr. Jinani, she helped me a lot in anatomy. For anatomy, you need to know your basics before you come to this university. And Dr. Jinani, her classes were fun, especially the ones that were physical that I attended. She even taught me Russian, and even that helped me. Like, when the teacher enters the class, you know what to say, and you know how to say it. And like she taught me anatomy and physiology, and that helped me. That she taught me the basics, and they were very helpful for anatomy because they don't teach you the basics there. You just need to know. It's very simple. And Dr. Burhan, he taught me medical cases and a little bit of Russian. Medical cases helped me so much in first aid, because in first aid I could answer questions before she asked it, like the whole question, because of Dr. Burhan. And yeah, pretty much that's it.
Well done. So, IMC was appointed in 2016 or something as their university's partner office. Since then, IMC is in charge for these exams preparations which we need to give for some countries in the Middle East, some India, some definitely Maldives and Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. So we will give you all the training so that you don't go there and get messed up and things like that. So that is something I wanted to do. There is a question: is there any mosques in Vitebsk to pray? There are private mosques. The main mosque is in the capital. It's called Minsk. The Turkish mosque is there. Apart from that, there are any amount of private mosques in different areas. And if there is enough students and the Arab students are there in Vitebsk, they will conduct Jummah in the university itself. However, despite of whether there are numbers or not, for 30 days, Taraweeh, Eid prayers definitely happens inside all the universities in Belarus. Vitebsk, Grodno, Gomel, it will definitely happen. So don't worry about that because those are there. And Evage they take for each semester, they take some of the Poya days, and actually they have Tirit, they even have Dansal, and all those are there. This time, Mahasivaratri, Diwalis were very, very huge. And then, of course, Belarus is a Catholic country, 90% Catholics are there. Christmas is also quite a big deal there. So, Hiba, thank you very much. One last question from me. Thank you, Zaid, for reminding that whole thing also. One last question is, there will be a future doctor. I mean, there are 20 people listening here, but more people who will join me online to check this. What is the motivation which you can give them? These are all youngsters who are A-level students. What's the motivation you can give them, like, to consider this, that you somehow that take this good decision, you will later feel that you did the best decision as you're going to become a doctor. How would you motivate a youngster on that?
Well, in my opinion, once you come here, you will feel all free and all of that. You will feel like, hey, I'm independent at last. But eventually, as time goes by, you start missing your parents and you want to come back to SL. And that's when you will remember that you can't do that because you shouldn't give up, Your parents, they very difficultly sent you all the way to Belarus to study, and you can't just give up just like that. And in my opinion, being a doctor is very important for me because I like to help the world in some way possible instead of dying without anything, at least honor. I would have something like that. So, uh, just don't give up. That's it. Because you'll be so tired. You'll be so tired. You will want your mother to come and start cooking for you. But just remember that you can do it and just just fight forward. You'll have so many issues as well. Just just do it. That's it. That's the only thing I can
Nike said that, right? Nike said that just do this bloody thing. You get a once in a lifetime opportunity. Guys, if you are 30 years old and you think, oh, I want to study medicine now, well, it's too late. Just make the idea. I'm telling you, I've been working with universities for 20, 21 years. Only medical schools, 10 years I've been working. And I have felt so proud to go to some hospitals like general hospitals, to, Lanka Hospital, to many hospitals, and bump into my students to see, whoa, what are you doing here? Did you finish and come back? And all of them are like working, they're happy, they have something like this. You can see one of the most looked doctor in the doctor app is also Dr. Burhan. So these people are also key leading figures in Sri Lanka. And Hiba, all of you all, anyone who is here, you all have the potential actually to do this. It's a worth it, once in a lifetime opportunity, that you need to do a step. You need to come out of your fears. That is, of course, do science, get into the mentality of medicine, sacrifice your journey for 6 years. The first person probably you're going to help can be, guys, someone in your family. By the fourth year, fifth year, your uncle, your aunties will send you like ECG reports, blood reports, kidney reports, asking, Puta, Dua, what's happening? Am I safe here? You are going to, or before you become a doctor, you are going to already become a doctor in their minds. So you're actually going to save a lot of people's lives. Thank you very much, Hiba, for being here. And I'll probably catch you later for another session. Bye bye. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So, guys, that was quite a detailed session what we was discussing, and I just missed some of these questions here. When are we getting holidays? You listen to this very carefully. You get holidays in June, July, August. The dates are June last week to August last week. June last week will happen after 20th, 25th. So you have June 25th to July 25th, 1 month, July 25th to August 25th, 2 months, 2 months vacation. That's your vacation, which you can go anywhere, not only come to Sri Lanka. I will help you and tell you that you can even do a summer course in Oxford. You can do a summer course in Harvard. You can do a summer course in Yale. You can do a summer course in Cambridge. You can go to UK and work at the NHS in England. A lot of things you can do. That is a key holiday. That holiday happens once a year. For 6 years, you will get 6 opportunities. So people ask me, in the 6 years, what should I do for holiday? The worst thing you will do is come to Sri Lanka and relax. The day you come to Sri Lanka and relax, you are going to wake up in the morning at 11:30 or 12 and tell your parents you're hungry, you want breakfast or lunch, because you have overslept the previous night. I always tell students, keep the ball going. Keep the ball going. Keep the whole wagon rolling. If not, you're going to lose the rhythm. You are already in a rhythm to wake up, study, do that, blah blah. You're already in a rhythm. Don't lose this rhythm. So please work with us. I'll help you what to do. I'll tell you how to go to Oxford, how to get a job in Lanka Hospital, whatever. We will set that and do. Apart from that, you get a small holiday in December, January. More towards January, you get a small holiday. That small holiday is about 1.5, 2 weeks. Pointless coming to Sri Lanka, small holiday. So that is just to answer that. There was a question asked, apart from the exam results, is there any other results? We need A-level CCS. Can I come back without getting the A-level results? Sorry, your question is not basically clear. You need A-level results to go there. You can get into university without A-level results, but you can't work in Sri Lanka unless that is a certified A-levels by the government of Sri Lanka. That's the whole shortest thing I can give you, right? Apart from this, I like you to take a screenshot of this chart. We work with many other countries, especially we work with Malaysia also. I'm going to quickly take you through this. Can you please look at this here? Guys, I will maximum take 10 minutes. While you're listening to me, pata, put your questions in the chat box. I will answer them while this is going. And maximum 10 minutes, we will be done. Do you know the best ERPM pass rates are recorded in Belarus? Here you go. ERPM rates, pass rates are always advertised by the SLMC. Anyone can take, no one can fool it there. How many doctors are there in Sri Lanka when it comes into it? We don't, these three countries I have left it because I don't know the number, but the highest doctors is 350 plus for Belarus. More than 350 plus. How many consultants are there? Belarus, since 1981, we have been sending doctors. We have huge number of consultants from there. Okay. What are the safety areas for Belarus? I will say Belarus is always a safety joint because it has been the most looked after country when it comes after year 2000. It has become one of the best countries, right? Are there safety issues in Pakistan? Yes. China has COVID, Bangladesh has riots. There are other countries in different ways. What is the visa policy? It is one of the few countries who have an on-arrival visa policy. What is this advantage in on-arrival visa policy? They are not going to check your ILTS, ask you to show money in a bank account, nothing. You can just get your documents, go to the country, they'll give you visa. What are the other famous visa on-arrival countries? Maldives, Singapore, these kind of countries. Even you can't go to India like this. Even going to India is not possible because you need visa, right? So that is there. Uh, can you work in US? Okay, can you work in US? What is certified is you can work if you are working in Belarus. There is one country you can't work in US, that is Armenia. Very careful of that. It is not approved to work in US. Is there any country who gives if is there any country who gives the dual degree in the world? Not even Harvard or Oxford gives a dual degree. In Belarus, we are the only people who give a dual degree and a triple degree. Now you may ask me, what is this? I'll show you the website. While you're studying medicine, you want an additional degree. You want to have a bachelor's in biomedical sciences or a master's in research. You want an additional degree. You can also do that additional degree while you're here. How is that? So you have 2 degrees or 3 degrees you can have. Does the university give scholarship? I have already addressed it. Yes, you can get a scholarship. Uni representatives. Who are the uni representatives? So far, IMC is the direct university office here. Anyone else who claims to say that they are the office is lies. It is fake, but they will have different agreements with different people who are connected from A to B, B to C, C to the university. Like that you can do. Your passport document copies will go here and there. A mistake happens, they can't go that year to Belarus. So we have a lot of students who come here. You can pick these agents in the websites and the Facebook pages in Sri Lanka. Because Vitebsk, Belarus, these are the most famous names. Everyone creates Facebook pages and claims to be this. No one of that has gone into any of these countries even. So I always tell when they meet an agent to talk and ask, have you ever been into Belarus? The person who is talking has not been into Belarus. If I am that person and I catch hold of someone like that and someone tells me, yes, they have gone to Belarus and I know that is a lie, I will ask them, can you show me your photos on Facebook? Go now on Facebook. Don't tell me you will send me later. Don't tell me you will send me later. Show me now on Facebook. Have you been into this country? I want to see your photographs. They can't tell, no. I have gone into the country, but mang photos danna kiyala. Can't be. Can you show your passport where you have been chopped the visa? I will show mine. Can you all show? So these kind of guys, people who are there are people who will charge you various money. They can show you our Sri Lankan students' pictures. Some Sri Lankan students who have come from different countries, like you have Sri Lankans living in Dubai, Sri Lankans living in Saudi, Sri Lankans living in Australia. May I get photos dala? They can send you that they are our students. But we have an uninterrupted record for the last 20 years working with Belarus, right? Classroom size 10 to 14. Hiba already confirmed this. Hiba ke classroom mein ka 10 nahi. The worst classroom sizes are in China, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Number of Sri Lankans here, more than 2,000 are in Belarus. And how much have they contributed to science? Mostly Belarus professors are very famous in doing this. Can you all basically, I'll get this into one page like this. Can you all take a screenshot if you like, so that I'm going to go to the questions, show the website, and I'll be done. Okay. Guys, don't forget to follow us on YouTube. It'll be a great help. Okay. While you all are taking a screenshot, quick, pata gala, I'm going to now look into some questions. What is the tuition fee? Tuition fee is 4,000. The tuition fee is 4,800 US dollars a year. Just check on that. Is there? Sorry. Should we have to pay for extracurricular activities for sports? No, if it's inside the university. Yes, if it's outside the university. Now, outside the university, there is a swimming club. Inside the university, outside the university, then you need to pay for them. Yes. Cricket, soccer, the clubs are there. You don't need to pay. How many hours do we spend in the university? Usually, either it's 8 to 3 or 9 to 5 or 11 to 6. It just depends on how your batches are being formed. If we are sick, how do we cover up missed classes? They will give you classes on Saturdays and Sundays. Are there scholarship with A-level results? No, there is no scholarship with A-level results. However, we can be flexible to reduce some costs here and there if your results are as good as 3 A's or 2A, 1B. Can I apply without my A-level results? Yes, definitely you need to apply pending results because the seats go very fast. You need to apply it very fast. Sir, we are doing A-levels this time. How long does it take to be there? I mean to Belarus, which intake? If you are doing A-level results now, the next intake is January, February. And you won't get it by then. After that, it will be August, September. So by August, September, you will be there. Requirements needed for scholarships is that you need to be a very intelligent students there, and you can get a scholarship. Any financial aid given, we help you to get the financial aid. We don't give you, we connect you with financial institutions. We will help you to do the connections there. Can we get treatments there for yeah. Your insurance scheme covers 90% of things. With regarding to those, definitely you can, right? So guys, before we finish off, this is the website I want you to look into. These are the IMC videos which I have given here. So please look into this and go into Viteb State Medical University, and you can actually read what are the contents which comes here, and then you will see like how it goes. Before that, I want to show you this. So you can go here, please read this entire thing. Here the here the scholarship, the English requirements, scholarship requirements, these are mentioned here. You can see scholarships. You can also see the triple qualification. What is triple qualification? You get a bachelor's in biomedical sciences and a master's in medical research. No university gives this, right? There are some embedded videos. There are so much of snapshots of why you should study here. All this. Services provided by the Colombo office, services provided by the Belarus office, right? 2 services. Career outcomes, you can see after you finish this, we will help you. Now imagine you are already a doctor, 6 years done. We can place you in different countries and give you the correct training and take you from there. So whatever the photos, accommodation, pictures, everything basically, you can find it here. Now, before we go off, I know a few questions are there. I like to show you something like this. So, hold on, hold on. If this is your 6-year journey, right? Basically, this is the first 3 years. This is the second 3 years. Take a screenshot of this after I'm drawing. After A levels, you are here. Hiba was somewhere here. Hiba is in the first year here. First year has 2 semesters, one semester, second semester, first semester, second semester. Anyone who comes to the holidays comes during the semester breaks. So you will be a first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year student. Now you're a doctor after this. After here, we can provide you the internship in this country so that you can get the relevant migration plan done here. That migration plan, it is ideal for you to tell us when you're here so that we can put you to UK, Australia. These are the two famous countries. After that, US, Canada, New Zealand, these other countries will come. Middle East, these other countries will come. This is the summary. So we'll take care of everything. 1 year of this, without food, you have to have 6,300 US dollars. Food is Sri Lankan cost, no? So don't calculate that and mix everything up. ඕක ගණන් කරන්න එපා. $6,000 තියෙන්න ඕනේ අවුරුද්දට. Am I asking you money in a bank account? No. Am I asking you show money? No. Bank statements? How did you get it? No, I'm not asking any of that. I'm telling, someone asked me, sir, I want to go to Belarus and live there by studying medicine. When I mean live, මම එතන ගිහිල්ලා කාලා බීලා එතන ඉන්න ඕනේ. So minus the food which you are going to cook and eat, which Hiba said for a month 30,000, maximum 45,000. Apart from that, forget it because that money you will anyway have in Colombo to live in. To be there, to pay the insurance, to go to the library, to wash your clothes, to go to the university, sit for exams, to pay for the Uber guy or the card, the season ticket, 6,300. 6,300 is coming approximately for about, let's say, 20 lakhs, 21 lakhs. This is what you are going to look at. Please take a screenshot of this. I'm almost done. Ask me questions. So thank you very much, guys, for being here. Ask me any questions. If we are going to February intake, when will we be flying to Belarus? From 25th January onwards, you will be flying. First batch will go on 25th or 26th. Do we need to sit for any other study Canadian A levels? Yes, you can do Canadian A levels and go to Belarus also. How much will it cost to go to Belarus? Average 1 year, $6,300. In dollars, in $6,300. In rupees, it's about 21 lakhs. Shall I take this slide off? Right? I hope everyone has learned everything. Right. So guys, thank you very, very much for coming here. A lot to speak. Please speak to Zaid, who has got you all of you all here. Link with me, link with us. Come and meet us in office one-to-one. And let's see, guys, how will it do? Sir, what is that $6,300 for? $6,300 එහෙම නැත්නම් ලක්ෂ 20 21 මගේ ඇඟිලි බලන්න. University fees, hostel fees, university registration, insurance, medical for 1 year, 6,300. Sir, after the 6th year, can we work in Sri Lankan government hospital? Very, very, very good question. To work in the government sector in Sri Lanka, you need to come to Sri Lanka and pass the ERPM exams. That exams will take you at least 1.5 years for you to come from the day you started to register for the exams. It will take 1.5 years. Okay. Are we paying hostel fee for the whole year, one payment? No, you can pay monthly. You can pay monthly. I am giving you 1 year. You know why? You can adjust your finances. Don't calculate it in a different way. Calculate 1 year and later adjust. Don't adjust and later calculate. No. Okay, first calculate later just. Tuition fee, you don't have to pay 1 year. You can pay 1 semester tuition fee, another semester tuition fee. But you can't do a proper calculation which is like that. More than you, your parents will understand that in their mind it has to go, okay, for 1 year, this is how much I need to pay. Right. That's basically it. How much will the ticket cost? Approximately 3.5 lakhs. So, folks, thank you very much for being an amazing audience. Please, only one help I request you, right? Can you please can you guys please help us and subscribe this particular channel? It will be a great help. This is the only help I'm asking. The reason is I passionately created a lot of content for university students to take from here. I want you to do this. So it will help me that the message will go for students who are like from y'all. So $6,300 sufficient to go to Belarus. 1 year you can survive with $6,300. Okay, guys, time is running. I can see a lot of people have a lot of questions to ask. Connect with me, connect with Zaid. All of y'all have his number, and let's see how this goes. Okay, so guys, it's 8:47. I didn't believe that there will be a crowd at night to watch this. Thank you very much for being there, guys. Amazing people. Bye bye. I'll see you later. Follow my videos to get more updates on this. Take care. You're welcome. You're welcome.